Can I now introduce you to Rebecca Evans, the editor of Construction News, president of IBP. Just for the purposes of clarification, I am her assistant this evening. Rebecca.
Thank you, Gerald. Thank you all very much for coming this evening. We have our first category, which is Best Business Communications Campaign of the Year, sponsored by CIPR CAPSIG. The judges noted that while it was difficult to compare entries with widely varied budgets, the shortlisted entries were all successful in their own terms and did what a business communications campaign is supposed to do: deliver a clear call to action with measurable outcomes for the business, or effect a fundamental shift in the understanding of that business among key audiences.
And the first campaign, Business Rates, How Business Should Be Preparing, Colliers International in-house team took a subject that might appear dry, business rate revaluations, and made it interesting by focusing on the financial shock factor. The well-thought-out campaign had a clear, well-planned strategy with positive outcomes, but also took advantage of opportunities as they arose. Campaign Stone Stories, Goodfellow Communications campaign for Martin Ashley Architects, was well targeted, bespoke and shouted quality, said the judges. With a client keen to build awareness in a market populated by larger, longer established rivals and in a field that has sometimes struggled to generate media interest, Goodfellow Communications secured national as well as specialist coverage, in the process helping the client to understand where untapped reservoirs of interest in its work might lay.
The award goes to Goodfellow Communications.
Goodfellow Communications evidently got under the skin of the subject matter and were excited by it, and their passion for the work is clear to see from the results. Well conceived, carefully planned and impressively executed, the campaign fulfilled the brief objectives, exposing Martin Ashley Architects through positive and engaging content to a series of professional, public, expert and technical audiences, adding new instructions for work to the bottom line. Well done.
We move on to Best Integrated Campaign. The standard of entries was notably high and all showed evidence of the greater integration of campaign tools to deliver messages and of the ability to use new platforms to refine messages and target audiences. The judges commented that as well as integration of media, the entries showed the successful integration of communication campaigns with other activities such as investor relations and in-house and external teams working closely together. Campaign King's Cross Pond Club, London Communications Agency, cleverly managed to carve out space for a distinct story within a larger communications campaign. Achieving significant press and broadcast coverage, the campaign was innovative but avoided giving the sense of a publicity stunt. Rather, the communications consistently embodied the mood of the King's Cross project. Campaign Places People Love, the judges felt that Oracle's campaign to look at ways of rapidly enhancing Countryside's profile across all communication channels in order to tie in with the significant growth of the company demonstrated an effective mix of a wide range of media as well as successful integration of communications with other functions. It prioritised the use of digital media to exceed agreed targets and introduce new opportunities to promote new messages. Campaign growth through online and social media, holistic, working with their client Oktra the design and build contractor, Holistic were able to demonstrate a creative and innovative approach to their client's business and increased the volume of qualified leads by 22% to support Oaktra's 12% year-on-year revenue growth. Holistic were able to demonstrate a level of measurement to the target audiences that supported their clients' aspirations, achieving 1,200 leads in a non-direct sales manner, producing some 700,000 of gross profit in a 12-month period. Just one of the impressive measurements used to support their entry. Rebecca.
We have a highly commended in this category. The judges have awarded the highly commended to Holistic. They demonstrated a clear understanding of their market sector and the client. They were able to measure the effectiveness of their work in the media, on digital platforms, and in real monetary terms.
Can I call the Holistic team up to collect their certificate? Where are you? And who is the winner, Sophie?
The winner is London Communications Agency.
The campaign impressed the judges by adopting a multimedia and e-newsletter strategy, while also negotiating an exclusive with Time Out, pushing the executive club status of the facility in a public space and making it an attractive location for both locals and visitors. The judges noted that LCA's ability to focus on a single aspect within the bigger King's Cross story, a small innovative installation, demonstrated a real creative approach that contributed to the King's Cross global profile. And now we're on to Best In-House Communications Team of the Year. First we have Colliers International. That's it, go for it. The Colliers team demonstrated their strong dynamic, clearly thinking about their audience and showing that they work effectively together. By drawing on the Colliers research facility and focusing on what their audience really needed, they succeeded in meeting their objectives. Their bespoke release reporting tool allows the team to measure their outcomes and report to the business in an impactful way. Next we have Arcadis. The Arcadis team submitted an excellent written submission showing clear objectives and a strong strategy. The team pulled together multiple companies with strong, long-established individual brands across multiple continents into one global brand, delivering robust outcomes. And then we have Galliford Try. The personal approach to communications taken by the Galliford Try team proved that big budgets aren't always necessary to effectively get the job done in a highly professional and sustainable way. The team put their audience first, reacted quickly to inquiries, and supported local community projects in the vicinity of their own major projects, making that vital link between the work in progress and the local need-to-know work to best advantage. The judges have awarded a highly commended in this category to Galliford Try for their consistent The judges commended Galliford Try for their consistent professionalism when faced with a constant barrage of complaints in the early stages of an unpopular roadworks project, overcoming this difficult position with a personal communications approach and engagement with the community.
And the winner, Sophie.
Oh, sorry, you want to know, right? The winner is Colliers International.
We're going to move on to Best PR Consultancy Team of the Year. The overall standard in this category was good, with the strongest entrants really making the most of the additional opportunities to impress offered by the face-to-face presentations. The best entries set their strategy and vision against some real-life examples and brought their passion to bear in their final presentations. The best entries saw the bigger picture and offered more in terms of research, value for money, results and innovation. The entries that gained top marks didn't just deliver excellent PR, but also created opportunities for their clients. They considered what was of interest to journalists, clients and the public and delivered useful, intelligent projects.
The London Communications Agency impressed the judges with their passion, their team spirit and the hard facts behind their submissions. The wide range of innovative projects and targeted PR opportunities they delivered, together with their commitment to industry research, which added depth to their work, impressed the judges. They have a clear USP and they know how to use it well, maintaining long-term relationships with existing clients and winning an impressive amount of new business in the period covered by these awards. Holistic were fun, engaging and open about their strengths and the area they are working to improve. They have a clear vision and a powerful ethos, and their clients are clearly very happy with the work that they deliver. Holistic presented skillfully, came across as well-connected, popular and ambitious. Their work had clear objectives and well-measured results. You agency are making the most out of the various strengths of their full-service agency to provide an ambitious and rounded service to their clients. Their confident presentation was impactful and helped them to secure their place in the finals. Sophie.
Well, it's the London Communications Agency.
And now we move on to the Young Communicator of the Year, sponsored by the IBP. All the entries and finalists in the Young Communicator of the Year category showed outstanding examples of their work, with the 3 nominations running neck and neck, and the winner clinching first place at the final interview. With talent like Jeff's, Amelie's and Tim's, the future of good PR is in safe hands.
This is where I get the pronunciations wrong. Jeff Rodgett, Account Director for Communications. Jeff has a maturity and a confidence beyond his years that has seen him entrusted with some of 4 Communications' most important pitches. The judges admired his creative input in helping shape events to promote his clients to a wider audience than they might otherwise have reached. This one I'll definitely get right. Emily Burrow, Press Officer WSP, Parsons Brinkerhoff. Emily is a young communicator whose passion for her work is infectious. She is an excellent storyteller and is quick to take opportunities to create memorable coverage, with her ability to persuade publicity-shy senior company representatives into the limelight, a particularly impressive trait, the judges said. Tim Dayborn, PR and Communications Account Manager, Goodfellow Communication. Tim brings something different to his clients, combining skills in graphic design with an eye for a story to help companies bring their messages to life. His commitment to genuinely understanding his clients' best work and finding an appropriate media home to shout about it was praised by the judges. Sophie. There you go.
Where are you then? Where are the 3 of you? I was looking for the bashful look. Yeah, the bashful one. At the front, yeah. And the others? Bashful one there, another bashful one there. Yeah. Great. Okay. The winner is Amelie.
Right, we're nearly there. We have our last two categories, IBP Campaign of the Year. The judges look at all the case studies in the final selection with the view to identifying that distinctive piece of work that sets the entry aside from all the others. In selecting the winner, the judges concluded that the team behind this piece of work evidently got under the skin of the subject matter and was excited by it, and their passion for the work is clear to see. A very visual campaign paying homage to the timeless belief that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Sophie, the winner is.
The winner is the Stone Stories campaign from Goodfellow Communications.
Thank you. And the final, the Victor Ludorum, I suppose, except we aren't that posh here, IBP Communicator of the Year. The selection of the Communicator of the Year has evolved over the 4 years of the scheme. Individuals can put themselves forward or enter themselves for this category. However, all the judges are on the lookout for that extra element that makes an outstanding communicator, not only by the quality of their entry, but perhaps more importantly in the knowledge that they impart and the way in which they carry out their role to the highest possible standards. This year's Communicator of the Year demonstrated a clear understanding of the job of work that was necessary to achieve the best results. Whilst using all the available tools and sophisticated platforms to perform the task, the successful results also required the attitude of a foot soldier, constantly monitoring the cause and effects of a major disruptive project 24/7. Their dedication and commitment was impressive and showed us that communications isn't all about media coverage, social channels, and thought leadership. It is also about communicating on a regular, face-to-face basis with your audience in a way that works for them too. Sophie, who is the Communicator of the Year?
This is the real biggie then.
This the big.
End up in the fountains. Yeah?
Absolutely, absolutely. And we don't need football to do it, I think.
The winner is Alan Jones from Galliford Try.
Hello, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm just going to make a few closing remarks to say, I want to say thank you again very much to our sponsors who make this evening possible. I want to say thank you to my fellow judges who've obviously judged all the entries this year. And I want to say how much we enjoy judging those entries. We've had more entries this year. The standard has been even higher this year. All of you who've been nominated should feel really proud to be in the room. And those of you who have won, even more so. It's been absolutely fantastic. So I'd like to thank you all for entering, for coming tonight, and I'd like to invite you finally again to join me in thanking our speaker, Sophie, who's been great.